Alright, hey everybody, MikuXLegend, back for more Leaflet love story. No, nobody told me how to fix this, so I guess you guys were okay with this kind of a screen though. But, okay, so how about this? I'll keep making more of those until you tell me how to fix this, then, it's gonna be like that. Alright? So we'll just keep going. Maybe you guys like me when I do, when I voice all the characters and everything, so that's probably why I picked it though. Okay. I don't know, whoever voted for this. But anyway. Some shady relationships, you know? That guy obviously got the runner-up position. Because he is piggybacking on his relationships as a machine prince. Yes, he has a mechanical engineering school. Hey, Master Son? Right, most of you didn't know this. That is unfair. On what basis do I still need to have a rematch when I already attained the first place? But if it's just a match, I won't complain. The worst part is, when the match ended, guess what was the result? Everyone saw that I won, but the judges declared him the winner of all things. I've already raised my arm and they declared that I lost. Do you know that? At this moment, my thoughts are being pulled back to that afternoon. All that humiliation and dissatisfaction was pouring out from me. Not just from when the campus formed discussions by my team members who expressed their support. I was even quite pleased over that creative final goal, but all this is being denied because my opponent has better connections. How bitter. In front of Queen Jigsaw, I've lost control and started cursing the match, my lecturers, and the school of mechanical engineering. I couldn't wait to pour out all my dissatisfaction over these days. Anyway, Wise said seems to be saying everything around me is shit. When I think back of it, I really want to stick with a large idol label on myself when I'm so upset with myself, then push myself off a high-story building next to a pigsty, if there is one. Queen Jixie listened to my complaints. First, she looked at me, then she looked down with her forelock, covering her eyes. Finally, I realized her face is already cold as frost. Sorry. After saying it, she starts to swipe on her smartphone. I have wanted to chat further with her, yet I didn't receive any response. Maybe she's really doing something important. At this moment, the training instructor has entered the room. I could only give up on this idea of speaking to her, launch the Evernote app, and try to listen intently. In this class, I am completely baffled, like a mental retard who got hit on the face by a car accident and just came out of hospital without making a full recovery. It's just like a primary school student who's trying to learn to Fourier transform. It'd be something out of this world if I understood it. The trial class ended. I recorded everything yet memorized nothing in my note. I should try asking Queen Jixie for guidance. Queen Jixie, I have some questions I don't understand. Queen Jixie left the seat and displayed her back gallantly, just like a squirrel that jumped off a tree to collect pine cones from winter, and ignored the useless small pendables like me completely. Queen Jixie, wait a minute! I grabbed my bag and ran after her. The pen that I didn't put back in got stuck at the doorway and flew away. Although I'm almost next to her, she didn't even glance at me. If I said something inappropriate, please let me know. I will apologize. You're leaving without saying anything. I feel so sad like a sheep.
学长，输的那场比赛，真的是因为黑幕吗？
That's because in that sort of situation, I couldn't think of any way on how they could make the decision that I've lost it all. Think about it. The situation back then was...
我知道。
What? What do you know?
如果学长想知道原因，我可以帮学长确认事实。
Then do this favor for me, please. She has hurried away. Her flowing hair seems to be reaching for my heart. This way, I started to wonder on whenever there's something I've missed. In other words, should I reflect on it a bit? Not a conspiracy, is it? I understood nothing in class and could only rely on intensive revision now. At the beginning, I could keep a conversation going with Queen Jixu. What happened after that? Then I realized I didn't even manage to get her contact. There's no way for me to ask her anything. Looks like I have to find a way. Oh, let's try it again. Looks like I'll have to find out how tomorrow. Before that, I should gather more information on her. Then it'll be easier for me to have a conversation with her. Queen Jixu mentioned the university newsletter, the digital version of that newsletter. Let's search for a bit. Got it. Our university's participation in the upcoming international varsity sports tournament. The entire second page introduced the excellent contestants who are participating. At the end, there's this small section that reported to Queen Jixu. She will be the Miss Manners to lead a parade of sportsmen at the opening ceremony. At the same time, she will also be assisting the participants with many miscellaneous tasks. That's to say, during the upcoming summer holidays in a few weeks, she'll be very busy. Will be very busy in the United Kingdom. I've seen the article before. At that time, I only browsed through it and didn't pay attention. Right now, I'm feeling a bit disappointed and became anxious. At first, I thought of courting a girl for once, but I didn't expect that we would be able to see each other for a long time so quickly. There are so many participants in the sports teams. Handsome ones, muscular ones, healthy gays with slender waistlines, and whatnot. Although Queen Jixu is a lofty snow lotus, there's still a possibility she would be enticed by those people. Even the best case, who knows what will happen when we see each other again in the next semester. Damn. That robotics grand finals will also be held in the UK, although the varsity sports tournament will be held in a different city. If I didn't get eliminated by hidden rules, I would be able to go there with her. Anyway, after thinking of everything, I only have 49 days. If I don't form a good relationship with her, we might not even see each other again. I shall try to invite her for dinner tomorrow. I log into Yelp and book a discount voucher at the restaurant selling hot pot, which I have a good impression. After this, let's draft the invitation. Actually, it's only a letter that consists of a piece of paper. Thank you for helping someone by giving a leaflet to save my wallet. I'd like to invite you for a meal to convey my appreciation for helping me. Please come along. Feels like a bandit commander who's about to flatter a duke. Scribble, scribble. But it doesn't look right no matter how I write it. Ah, I got it finally. I finished drafting this. Then I continue with my English lessons as usual, although I have no idea what's going on. I can't possibly keep lying down to wait for things to happen by themselves. There's also that part where I incidentally given that amount of resources to that attached and troublemaking class monitor. He's becoming too dependent. Seats were insufficient. I have to finish downloading. That's why he's good looking, yet has no girlfriend. Don't be like him. In that case, the next step should be the actual challenge. On this day, I arrived much earlier at the training class. The classroom had just opened the door. I placed a rather silly-looking paper aeroplane at Queen Jixu's seat. Beside me, opened my textbook with both hands, and lifted it in front of my face to cover my observing eyes and pretend I'm reading something. Actually, I'm scanning around in the class. The class is about to start. Queen Jixu finally arrives. She's holding a small bag while walking gracefully. It feels like she has a well-educated family background. When she saw the paper plane on the chair, it's as if she thought someone was playing a prank on her. She takes it and prepares to throw it into the dustbin. The message hangs on down from the plane. Right, the invitation is up there. What's written on it is, let's have a hot pot together tomorrow. at when, where. By the way, my grandfather told me when I was 5 that when the rejection from girls are fraudulent, only rejections from instant messages are true. So mail me at XXXXXX. At that moment, her eyebrows have loosened, as if she can hardly hold back her chuckle. After that, she glares at me intensively. I purposefully met her gaze, raised my eyebrows, then raised my textbook to pluck her sight. The smartphone made a sound. There's a friend invite from an unknown user account. The message, no go. Although I feel a bit disappointed after receiving the answer, I still smile and nod at Queen Jixu. Queen Jixu is holding her pink smartphone and her cherry blossom colored lips extend slightly as she sighs in expiration. Oh, she doesn't look too happy. By inviting you for a meal, of course it counts as needing something from you. We'll need to contact each other frequently after this. I don't mind you calling me that, but call me whatever you like. Seeing her blushing face, I can't help feeling mesmerized by it, but common sense tells me it's very rude to keep staring at her this way, so I divert my attention to my smartphone. Seems we can chat without any pressure now, eh? Right now, she seems unwilling to talk. It's class time. I should work hard. The class is for business, linguistics, and transitions. Although I don't understand what has been taught, I still brought my recording set along where I can take home and knock myself out with it. So it's still possible to learn about 30 to 40% of this. Discount doesn't mean free. I've already paid to enroll in this class. How could I waste this? Zhao Xing, would you mind answering 2 questions I have from you yesterday? When I called her Zhao Xing, she turned her head naturally. This means she has already accepted the way I called her. She's correct. This is the first time I find it so humiliating for failing to learn English well. Yes, I tried to figure out a bit on the easier questions yesterday, and I've already spent an entire night. When Jixu closes her eyes, she really doesn't like to talk. If she would talk a bit more, the entire world might mutate. Soon the class has started. With my intensive revision from yesterday, what is being taught today is actually a bit easier for me to follow, and I've recorded half a page on my textbook. You just wave your hand slightly at me and leave the class just like that? Can't you stay a bit longer? The hot summer weather is causing people to toss and turn. I'm thinking hard on how to invite Queen Jixu for a date. At this moment, I have a hypothesis. Queen Jixu has a slender body shape, yet her complexion isn't pale. Looks like she'd normally pay attention on this. Who knows if she would prefer to eat healthy light food, vegetables and such. After comparing the prices around several targets, I booked a table for 2 at the place that's selling Japanese food in a shopping venue. I sent a short message to Queen Jixu where, when, and details on the table monitor were sent to her. The time I've chosen is at 7 p.m. After we finished, we can still attend class at the old Orient, which isn't far, and it's rather convenient. I bet she'll definitely have the time when she spend time for dinner. Okay, I got full hope. But when I arrived at the place at the appointed time, the material didn't bring me inside when I gave it my table number. Mousy Shake, Armamasson? Sorry, sir, the lady instructed me to give this to you. I have another paper in my hands. She would have folded it so specially this way. Girls are really skillful in this. What is this? There's no word at all in the paper bird. I unfolded the paper bird until it's a 4-sided piece of paper. It's been cut from an ordinary box of Dove chocolates. The important thing is there's nothing written on it. Fine, I get it. Is this considered a way to teach me a lesson through an elder's admonishing? What paper bird is this? Isn't an empty paper, and this clearly is trying to say no show? I can only use my smartphone to send 3 emojis which indicate I've lost you to Queen Jigsaw. After waiting for a while and there is no response, I can only buy some snacks and go out to the Old Orient. Queen Jigsaw is already reading a book at her seat next to me, occasionally texting someone. Such dedication, I can't bear to interrupt you, but you're so cruel to me by not answering my message of having lost you.
反正学生马上要来的，懒得专门发信。
I settle down in my seat and look at her eyes while deliberating and shake my head to indicate I find something to be a pity. I'd originally intended to eat a good meal. In the end, you made me eat a bird.
学长自己吃的。
Only 2 people eating together is considered a meal. If one person does the same, that's called a single dog food.
好有道理，我竟然无言以对。
Although the date was unsuccessful, I can feel that the conversation has more words. I reckon you might pay special attention to having a balanced diet and health, so I chose Riori.
那是学长想多了啦。
Right. Other than studying during this time, I keep guessing about you.
还不如多考虑学习吧。
I have to think about you. Otherwise, who am I going to ask? I wanted to ask the instructor, yet when the class ended, that instructor slipped out even faster than you. So after the class today, please, allow me to ask 5 English questions.
就5个。
After class, Queen Jigsaw and I are the last to leave after she answered my questions. At night, both of us walk through the brightly lit streets in town. Children are climbing up to the coffee shop chairs and slipping down the fountains in front of our signboards will change and display a variety of different colors. Occasionally, our feet will step on the brand cafe that is generated by the spotlight. Although it is summer night, the doorways that are facing the street are more or less emitting an conditioned air from inside. That might be the reason why the street doesn't feel so hot. If we weren't apart such that there's a space for a couple to step in between us, it might originally look a bit like a date. Thank you. I'm treating you with this milk tea. Queen Jigsaw seems to be staring dumbfounded at the hot milk tea that I bought and offered to her. By observing closely, she is looking at the tea shop's advertised bulletin, which is placed outside. Basically, the first 50 customers in each day will get to enjoy the second cup at half price. In addition, a special limited jujube flavor for milk tea will be released for the first 50 early birds daily. I seem to get it. After that, it's even more permanent. Because during our entire journey, I've been enjoying the sight of Queen Jigsaw sucking in her drink. She has a drink straw in her mouth and is drinking from it in a relaxed way. When we returned to university, Queen Jigsaw has finished sucking all the liquid from her drink, and she used her fingernails to tear the plastic cap, making sure there is nothing left to drink. Only then did she throw the cup into the trash bin at the side, like a child who has thrown away an old toy reluctantly. Aha! Is this what your fondness is?
我到这里诱拐。
Then see you again tomorrow.
学长以后不要给我买了，这个添加剂、植脂末什么的，对身体不怎么好。你也请少喝吧。
Why do I feel your sound is so guilty while you're saying this?
是真的。
I love this shy and angry response very much. It's really adorable. I almost can't resist teasing her, yet I think it's better not to go too far. Alright, I understand. I'll take a note of the suggestion. Label, it's from the health scientist with the perfect figure in the Miss Manners group. I deliberately tap on my smartphone to make a record of it in front of her.
那我走了。
I watch Queen Jixu diminish in the distance and start to plan some action. Before entering my dormitory, I immediately sent out a message to search for someone in my class. So, who was the one in our class that was really recently working part-time at that tea shop in the shopping venue? The next day is a weekend. In the dormitory where I stay, everyone had either played online or gone out to enjoy themselves the entire night. Now they're resting. I only woke up early in the morning at 7 to slip out of the dormitory without disturbing the others to conduct a shady deal. Let's make Americans great again. I am your father. Correct passphrase. And you are the one who took over the job from a classmate in that tea shop, right? You're asking for the special Jib Jib flavored milk tea, and you want me to reserve one for your limited 50 cups, am I right? In exchange, I will assist you in burning programs into chips for your group's entries. Nice. It's a deal. In this way, the treaty about trading my skills and sleep hours with milk tea has been ratified. In the weekend, the training class will start in the morning. I hurry over to the milk tea shop at the shopping venue, then go to the Old Orient to wait for Queen Jixu. Here she comes. Here, breakfast.
吃过了。
Queen Jixu just finished saying this while she probably noticed the item I'm holding. She's looking at the item in my hand. This is the limited edition item you saw for the poster yesterday. I asked specially for you to, and they told me it's organic, contains creamer free of chemicals.
是这样的吗？
How exciting a drop of saliva comes out from one corner of the mouth from that adorable face when it's licked away in a tenth of a second. I hold back my laughter quietly. Right. Take it as an ordinary breakfast milk. Looks like she has fallen into that trap by going into foodie mode. Then I shall launch the last hit. I pat the chocolate waffle on the plastic cover at the top and pass the entire bag to her. Queen Jixu has given up any resistance. Her attention is now focused on such a lavish breakfast. I step back to one side to open my textbook while peeking at her. What I covered is my mouth and not the eyes, because this is too funny. So I really can't help it, yet I can't let her see me laughing over this. While Queen Jixu is sucking the milk tea and chomping on the waffle, the slight movements in her mouth is more beautiful than any other girl I've seen without having to use any lipstick. Want to kiss that lip? I know there would be no more chance by then. I quietly watch the pretty girl enjoy her breakfast and smile at her.
谢谢，但别再买了。
She's blushing again. It's hard for me to beat the crowd and buy it.
以后不要去抢了。
Fine, I won't try to beat the crowd, especially for it next time. We'll only buy it on occasion.
座位。
She hurries away, which I find amusing. After running away, won't she still need to return and sit next to me? The class is gradually filling up with students. I guess there aren't that many students that will turn up at the last minute. Or basically, they have no intention to come. After all, today is the weekend, and it's time for them to rest as compensation. Although Queen Jixu is flipping through her book, she's also swiping through her phone. Looks like we're going to have more time to chat. So, Shade, you came for this training course. Is that because you need to take care of the sports team after you go overseas?
我想待久一些。
Shock. Does that mean you'll be overseas throughout the entire posting? You plan to tour around the whole Europe, do you?
当做是这样好了。
Originally, if I had been able to go, I definitely want to visit the Scottish castles and try taking some aerial photos.
去不了是因为那个比赛吗？
Yes, now I can't forget what happened in the past. Although I'm still resent over it, I can't lose control again. When Jixu chews her pen cap and stares at me, that beautiful soft hair rests on the desk and her pupils seem to expand a bit. I'm not sure how far can I go. I could go. Let's try our best together. The train instructor has entered. It's time to get ready for classes. I can't fall too far behind. It could be worse if I can't even find any reasonable question to ask Queen Jixu. I should try my best to pay attention in class without having to rely on the recording after lessons.
学长，很努力呢。
Today we'll continue with a lesson on the exact translations for the various job titles and career. The notebook and recorder kept working throughout. On parts where I don't understand, I can look directly at Queen Jixu's note. Her handwriting is as smooth as refined as her hair. The morning lesson is finally over. As usual, I ask Queen Jixu the same 5 questions after the lesson.
好了，最后一问。
This question. How about having lunch together?
不太好呢。
What do you like to eat?
我周六都要去理一队训练，就和队友一起吃。
Is that so? What a pity. Some other day then?
我先走了。
Goodbye. Since we won't be having lunch together, I'm also going back to my club. Lately, I've been tinkering around with a quadcopter drone. Come over and play sometime. She seems considerably more relaxed. For now, I shouldn't appear among our group of friends in order to avoid nasty gossip. When Jixu has left hurriedly, I should also go back and work hard. When Jixu has left hurriedly, I should also go back and work. Oh, oops, I read that again. Work hard on burning the required program into a chip for a student working at the milk tea shop. God, I don't know, what have I done? Be quiet! The sounds outside the window are the same as before. Previously, I didn't feel they were as noisy, yet I'm now focused on my studies. Study. I arrive in class early today and bring another cup of limited edition Juju milk tea for Queen Jixu. Oh, she's here. Zhao Xing. Oh my goodness. No matter how much makeup you put on your face, that can't cover your panda circles around your eyes. Did anyone violate you on your face?
没事，睡眠不足。
Really? Don't push yourself too hard. This is yours for today. Today, Queen Jixu didn't say anything and accepted the milk tea without any hesitation. She sat on the usual seat and took small sips through the straw. She's still cool as usual and paid no attention to her surroundings. So Xing, the way you drink looks really adorable. Excuse me, don't say anything and let me enjoy watching you a bit.
学长以后请不要给我买了，这个就算没有奶精，还是有对身体不好的成分。
I can't help finding it funny. Uncoordinated body oral syndrome. When Jixu seems to be understand why I'm smiling at her, and her face becomes bright red.
不许笑！来，我 检查你昨天学的情况。
Bring it on. I showed the complete exercises of Quinjitsu after looking through the few pages. She is looking at it in greater detail. Oh no. Based on her expression, looks like I still have made a lot of mistakes.
学长的基础真的不考虑转班吗？
Why, I'm doing very well. I can see Xiaoxing enjoying milk tea every day here.
学长，不要再给我买了，不要对我太好。
I'm happy to do so.
那如果一定要买的话，换成健康点的食糖绿豆沙吧。
Alright, will do. She looks at me sternly and carefully, as if she's trying to ascertain whenever I really get to the point. I'm not going to answer her. Let's begin today's class with her. Alright, so we're going to stop right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for videos. And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And as always, I'll see you guys later. Bye, and you guys take care.